Shalom Yasharala. Peace Israel. Kahalayim La Alahayanawa Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai Bahasham Rakakwadash. All praises to our power, Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honor to our apostles and elders, great millstone, who still rule well. Peace and blessing to the hopeful elect of Israel. Shalom. Shalom to the hopeful elect. What is the Great Reset? What is the Great Reset? From the perspective of these different world leaders, like this man you see on the screen that goes by the name Klaus Schwab, who's the founder of the World Economic Forum. Him, along with the Prince of Wales and many others, have been proclaiming this Great Reset, which is also known as the Fourth Industrial Revolution. What is it all about? Now I'm going to play about 3 or 4 videos to hit the point home. And these videos are going to explain to you what the Great Reset is really all about. Okay? So let's get into it, because we're in a time of prophecy. We're in a time of big things happening. And we're in the time of the MOB. Revelation chapter 13, verse 16 on down to 18. We're in that time. All right. The mark of the beast being implemented. So what is the Great Reset? And you're going to see why I'm speaking on the mark of the beast. So I'm going to play this video right here, and I'm going to play a couple others, and Lord willing, you're edified. And the name of this video here is World Economic Forum founder Klaus Schwab on the Fourth Industrial Revolution. So he's going to explain it. All right. Listen up and listen good. And Lord will, this is loud enough. All right. Sometimes when I play the audio a little too loud, it's kind of scratchy. All right. So Lord will, it's loud enough.
Let me just say some words about the Fourth Industrial Revolution and Globalization 4.0. I wrote a book and conceptualized the idea. I was probably the first to use this name or this definition, Fourth Industrial Revolution, as being a transforming concept, not only for businesses, but also for the economy, for politics, and for society. And of course, many people ask me, why do you speak about the Fourth Industrial Revolution? It's very easy to explain. Of course, the First Industrial Revolution we are all familiar with. It was the invention of the steam engine, which actually helped to enlarge our physical power. And then we had the Second Industrial Revolution, which mainly happened here in this country, very much also here in this region, which allowed mass production. And then we had the Third Industrial Revolution with the starting of the computer age and the digital era. And now the Fourth Industrial Revolution is not just a prolongation of this digitalization, it's much more. It's a combination of technologies. It's not just the digital technology. Just think of genetics, think of brain research, and so on. And the power of the Fourth Industrial Revolution comes from the combination of all those technologies. Actually, I was saying it's at the end what the Fourth Industrial Revolution will lead to is a fusion of our physical, our digital, and our biological identities. So that's the first difference. The second differentiation is the speed. When I wrote the book, I started to write it for years ago. It was published 3 years ago. It was sold, very interesting, over 1 million times in the world. And what is interesting is that 800,000 copies, more than 800,000 copies of those 2 million were sold in 3 countries alone: China, Japan, and South Korea. You may be interested, who was the biggest buyer with 16,000 copies at the same time? It was the Korean military. Because the fourth industrial revolution will have a major impact also on warfare. So, see.
So yeah, I mean, you heard them. You heard them good. They're speaking about the fusion of man with machine. All right. Your physical, your digital, and your biological identities. Okay. And he also brought up the military, speaking about the different countries that bought so many copies of his book. But he spoke about Korea. Now, when it comes to this fourth industrial revolution, they want to make super soldiers. Okay. But also, they want to brain chip them. Okay. You can even look it up with America. The DARPA implants. Okay. That's something in the making. All right. But going back to the point, see if I can wind it a little bit.
And the digital era. And now, the fourth industrial revolution is not just a prolongation of this digitalization, it's much more. It's a combination of technologies. It's not just the digital technology. Just think of genetics, think of brain research, and so on. And the power of the fourth industrial revolution comes from the combination of all those technologies. Actually, I was saying it's at the end what the fourth industrial revolution will lead to is a fusion of our physical, our digital, and our biological identities. So
right now, remember that. Remember that. The fusion. Okay. And there's another part in this video I want to show you all.
All the different technologies. And then some of the reaction was, oh, that's science fiction. That's tomorrow.
Let's see. Rewind it a little bit.
Buyer with 16,000 copies at the same time. It was the Korean military. Because the fourth industrial revolution will have a major impact also on warfare. So, see, when I wrote this book, I looked at all the different technologies, and then some of the reaction was, oh, that's science fiction, that's tomorrow. Now, if I look back in 3 years, how much the world has changed. And blockchain, I remember in Davos at our annual meeting, 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, I organized a breakfast for financial ministers of finance, and the head of central banks. And practically, some experts had to explain what blockchain is. And today, you do not have a central bank which has not, let's say, a big research unit in this area. And bitcoins and so on have become a reality of our lives.
Also, right. Now, when you look into Bitcoin, that deals with what? A digital payment system. Okay? They even have advertisements on YouTube now for Bitcoin. But he's speaking on blockchain and Bitcoin. So you see where the road is headed for the entire planet Earth. All right. He's speaking on the fourth industrial revolution, which is also the Great Reset. It's basically the same thing. Okay. But remember that fusion of your physical, your digital, and your biological identities. Now let's go to another video. I have a few pulled up. Oh man, it's 1044. That's a spirit, man. Let's see here. So now I was watching this video earlier. It's entitled "The Wallet of Tomorrow?" ? Okay, because there's a company in London, based out of London, which their partnership is with Dangerous Things. But the name of this company right here is Walletmore. Walletmore, and it's dealing with the microchip implant. Okay. It's like a sub company of Dangerous Things. Dangerous Things is in America, and their CEO is Amal Grafstra, if I'm saying his name correctly. But basically, this is like his second company right here in so many words. But yeah, man, let's play a little bit of this. Now you have the CEO of this company. See if I can pronounce his name. Wojtek Propata. If you can see that, where it says in this London Futurist event held on the 6th of February 2021, Walletmore founder and CEO Wojtek Propata. Paproda presented and answered questions about his vision for how implants can improve human life, scenarios for the evolution of the wider implants ecosystem, real life experiences with implants, his roadmap for products and services, and etc. Okay. All right. But he's being interviewed by David Wood, chair of London Futurists. Okay. So I'm going to play a little bit of this. I'll go back to the beginning of this video and I'll let some of it play out. But we're going to get the point. Okay.
I prepared a video for you that shows how the payment actually looks like, and I'm going to play it now. It's a video that you can also find on our website and on our YouTube channel. Hey, in this video, I'm going to show you how Walletmore implant works in real life. After ordering a drink, food, or any other product, all you need to do is tap in your hand to the payment terminal. Forget about the cash, card, or even a smartphone. All you need is your hand. Walletmore implants are biosafe, secure, ultimately convenient, and they are globally acceptable.
Globally acceptable. One world order. One world government. You see?
So Wallet of Tomorrow. Get into the new era of payments and get your implant now.
Right, and Walletmore, you got the word wallet referring to you paying, like you have money in your wallet. So it's a new payment system, and more is short for tomorrow. So the wallet for tomorrow, or wallet of tomorrow, which is a damn chip. Okay, so we're here, man. And you're going to see how this links up with the Great Reset, also the fourth industrial revolution. I'll play a little bit more. And remember, this company right here is out of London.
That was the video. So we already switched to another site, and that's the one that describes our vision. As you can see, there's another name mentioned on this slide, which is Vivoki, and that's the most important aspect of this slide. Our vision is to build the wallet of tomorrow, actually, and merge our physical with the digital identity. Then,
whoa, wait a minute. Didn't Klaus Schwab say a similar thing? Did you hear that? Let's rewind a little bit more in case you didn't hear it.
As you can see, there's another name mentioned on this slide, which is VivoKey, and that's the most important aspect of this slide. Our vision is to build the wallet of tomorrow, actually, and merge our physical with the digital identity.
The word merge is another word for fuse or fusion. It's the same thing. It's the same thing, man. Rewind it one more time. Because, see, these are the camps playing games, man. They don't think this is real. It's very real, man. It is very real.
Which is VivoKey, and that's the most important aspect of this slide. Our vision is to build the wallet of tomorrow, actually, and merge our physical with the digital identity. Then it is done through the tokenization, which means that that an external company, for example, MasterCard, Visa, or any other payment scheme, or the company that is managing the payment systems, the payment chain, because you can also make bank transfer using physical terminals, which means that then the terminal can act only as a trigger for the transactions to trigger, of course, the bank transfer from your account to the merchant account. And our ultimate target is to make the VivoKey implant the authorization device for the transactions. And Walletmore will not be same company as it is now, but will also only have the accounts and will only provide customers with the depository service. And through the tokenization technology, the VivoKey implant, and I'm talking about the VivoKey, so you probably haven't heard this name before. So now let me say something more about this company. It's a company established by our CTO, Amal Grafstra, which is the ecosystem of the digital identity that contains multiple applets, not only the payment one. So imagine...
Right, so basically, with this chip, they want it to be the end-all, be-all. Now, the main thing is going to be used is to pay for things. That's the main application, I'm going to say. The main application this thing is used for is to make payments. But also, they want all data on these chips, all information. All right, so they want it to be VivoKey instead of just Walletmore. And tokenization, that's referring to you making payments. But they want everything, they want to make everything one with these chips. Ultimate merge of identity, with the merge of everything, and it's so plain to see, man. All right. Well, it says ultimate merge of identity. Now, dealing with identity, real quick, let's go to the blue letter. Now, let's see here. Let's go to Revelation 13 and 16. Like I said, we're dealing with the word identity. Now, when you go to Revelation 13 and 16, where it speaks to you about the mark of the beast, okay, The word mark is charagma, which we all should know. Now, when you read the definition that Blue Letter has, under 1, now you read A, of the mark stamped, really incised or punched on the forehead or the right hand, or it could be the left hand, as the badge of the followers of the anti-Messiah. Now, there's many anti-Messiahs, all right? But this is the anti-Messiah system that we live in. It's a beast system. Now, it says badge. Well, it's dealing with your identity. For example, you have an ID card, all right? You have a driver's license. That's your identity. Or your badge, okay? That's how you're identified. You read down here, it says a scratch or etching, which means it's an incision to cut into the flesh and put that chip in you, i.e. stamp, as a badge of servitude. So it's an identity of servitude, okay? That's really what it boils down to. You're identified as a servant or a slave of the elite, okay? That's all I wanted to get on that. Let's go back to this video. Which the wicked elite of Edom, they don't have a lot of time to do this. So they're going to be rushing to get it done. You know, they don't have a lot of time.
That through this tokenization with wallet more digital infrastructure and the Vivo ecosystem, you can use only one implant to, for example, pay for anything around the world.
Pay for anything around the world. Around the world. See, this is where it's going. This is the future. Okay? This is a major prophecy, man. Like El Pastor said, for you camps, they've been acting like you don't know what the mark of the beast is. You're going to be looking dumb. All right? And you're not going to know what to do. Humble yourself, man. Humble yourself to the truth before it's too late.
In your personal house, and also use it as a door opener for the Hilton Hotel, wherever you are. Or, for example,
use it for a door opener at the Hilton Hotel. See, as you know, the elder brother, the beloved elder of Malcolm has said from Chicago, they're going to make it possible to live without this thing, man. They're going to make it impossible to live without this. All right. So we're literally going to be outcasts when this thing is made mandatory. So wake up, man. Wake up to the truth. You know, this thing is serious, man. I'll play a little bit more.
Confirm your identity on the in the airport, or use it as an access card to WeWork or anything else. And it can be possible with the use of one single Vivo key implant and one ecosystem. For now, Walletmore implant is standard payment wearable, not the tokenized implant. And if we can manage to merge all the other features that I just talked about into one implant, then will be the ultimate merge of physical and digital identity. And that's what we...
He keeps saying that word merge, or you could say fuse. All right. He keeps saying merge, but like Klaus Schwab said, fusion. All right. But it's the same thing, man. It's the same thing. You're not going to be able to work unless you got this chip. You're not going to be able to drive a car unless you got this chip. You're not going to be able to get on the airplane unless you got this chip. You're not going to be able to go into another city. All right. A man should desire to go into a city and should not be able. You're not going to be able to do that unless you got that chip. All right. You're not going to be able to do anything unless you got that chip. They're going to make your life a living hell unless you got it. And people going to be begging for this thing, man. All right. That pressure from above and pressure from below. All right. That chaos, you know. Order out of chaos. Well, this chip is going to be the order. So-called. It's a false sense of order. It's an illusion of order. All right. It's a false solution. Okay. It's a false reset. All this, man.
working on actually. Of course, at this situation, the implants will not have any expiration date. For now, as we are talking to our potential customers, a lot of people are saying that, well, of course, 5 years is a long time, but what happens after those 5 years? The implant will not be possible to use, but within those 5 years, we are planning to develop this technology that I'm talking about and then make our implants expiration free, basically.
So here it is. These chips are not going to expire. See, this is going to be the new money, man. This is the reset right here. You know, they're resetting the entire world economy. Remember, Klaus Schwab, he's the founder of the World Economic Forum. Okay? They're going to reset all world economies, man. You know, they're going to reset everything. They have to crash this system in order to bring a new one. You see? Crash all paper currencies to bring about this one digital currency. All right? A chip. By way of a chip, should I say. But, you know, the chip, the MOB.
As you can see, the VivoKey ecosystem covers multiple dimensions of our lives. You can use it as a personal ID and business cards, access cards to the hotels, offices, conferences, whatever it is. Simply the keys to any door you can imagine. You can store the blockchain wallet data on one implant. You can use it as a transport card, and also you can have your medical record stored on the chip. And finally, you can use it as a tokenized payment instrument. So that's my dream, to build such system and make our life easier and more convenient.
Yeah, see, they keep selling that to you. You know, basically making you totally dependent on Esau Edom. That's really what it boils down to. It's a false illusion of freedom. And it's false convenience. Okay? It's really totally enslaving you. This is total enslavement. But you see, the last thing they have is tokenized payment instrument. And that's the main thing, or the main application, the main use of this chip. That's the main purpose this chip is used for. All right, let's scroll back to the beginning of this video. Just to prove to you this is the future. I'm going to play the beginning of this video, and we're going to get another video.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome. My name's David Wood. It's my pleasure and privilege to chair London Futurists. Our topic today is the wallet of tomorrow, ? Our guest speaker, Wojtek Paprota, is going to share some ideas about new ways in which we humans might interact with money, new ways of making payments, alternatives to present-day wallets and payment cards. And our discussion will also draw attention in due course, more broadly, to possible extensions of our human condition on account of the small chips which we might choose to have implanted in our body.
And you see how comfortable he is talking about that, which we might choose to have implanted in our body. You know, cut it down a little bit. Not sure if it's too loud or not. But you can see this prophecy ain't going nowhere until it happens. It has to happen first, man. It has to come to pass. That's why you're going to hear more talk about it. They're going to become more bolder in speaking about this. It has to happen. The only way you can get out of the prophecy is let it play out, you know? That's the only way. It has to happen. Then you get out of it, so to speak. You know?
Wojtek will be talking about the possible upsides of these chips and, yes, about the possible downsides too. Wojtek Paprota is a serial entrepreneur and digital marketing expert with experience in international trade and financial space. He has studied in Warsaw, in Singapore, and in London, and has been involved in businesses in Poland and Canada, as well as in the UK. He is the founder and CEO of Walletmore, as you'll hear today. After his opening presentation, we'll be moving into a question and answer session. And once you've listened to some of the opening presentation, you might want to type your own questions into the Q&A window, and you'll find a link to the Q&A window below. Wojtek, welcome to London Futurists. Over to you.
Hello, thank you very much, David, for such a great presentation of myself and of Walletmore. And I'm really looking forward to today's presentation, and I hope to provide you with a great piece of knowledge and, of course, information regarding the payment implants that we in Walletmore are manufacturing. And I believe that in a couple of years, everyone or most of us here in Europe or even on our planet will be able to use those futuristic methods. So it's definitely
Right. So they know what's coming. They know what's coming, obviously. You know, these different men you see pop up that are CEOs of these companies that manufacture these chips, they know where the road is headed. They know where the world is headed on this road. They know, man. And a lot of them even know that this is the mark of the beast, but they don't care. They're Edomites, all right? But you can see this the future. All right, it has to happen. Let me get another video. And this is going to be it. We're going to get some closing scriptures. All right. Now, this is basically a promotion for the Great Reset. And the Prince of Wales is speaking in this video. He's basically, narrating. Really, he's having a speech. He had an actual speech, but they, took a clip from his speech and made this advertisement for the Great Reset. Okay, and this is on the Royal Family channel on YouTube. So I'm playing a little bit of this.
Accelerate efforts to improve the state of our world.
Changing our current trajectory will require bold and imaginative action, together with determination and decisive leadership. In order to secure our future and to prosper, we need to evolve our economic model, putting people and planet at the heart of global value creation. If there is one critical lesson we have to learn from this crisis, we need to put nature at the heart of how we operate. We are on the verge of catalytic breakthroughs that will alter our view of what is possible and profitable within the framework of a sustainable future. We need nothing short of a paradigm shift, one that inspires action at revolutionary levels and pace. We simply cannot waste any more time. The only limit is our willingness to act. And the time to act is now.
Yeah. Now, let's get this, man. He said we cannot waste any more time, right? And the time to act is now. Revelation chapter 12 and verse 12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens and ye that dwell in them. Why? Because you Akim understand the prophecies, so you're rejoicing. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth. Woe, meaning destruction, to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. Why? For the devil, which is Esau, is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. You just heard the Prince of Wales say they don't have a lot of time. They cannot waste any more time. The time to act is now. Right out the scriptures, man. So they're about to roll. You know? Once again, order out of chaos. Problem, reaction, solution. Pressure from above, pressure from below. Okay? We need nothing short of a paradigm shift. The paradigm being shifted is you being taken out of power. That's the real paradigm shift. And that's the real great reset. That's going to happen by way of Yahawadah Shem Yahawadah taking you Edomites out of power, man. That's the real great reset. Okay? And since I said that, I must read this in Revelation 21. Revelation chapter 21 and verse 1. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth. That's a reset. For the first heaven and the first earth were passed away. The first heaven and the first earth represents Esau Edom's rulership, his kingdom, this beast system, America, NATO, and the EU. Okay? That's going to pass away. This beast system is going to pass away. All right? And there was no more sea, meaning no more people living in America. All right? After this place gets destroyed. You know, but Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. That's the reset. Everything is going to start over. Okay? After the nuclear missiles destroy Esau Edom's empire during World War III, there's going to be a refreshed earth. You know, that's a reset, man. But you devils got to go. And the point is, you I can see these damn Edomites, they're moving forward with their agenda. They're not, backstroking. Okay, they're going forward, man. You know, they're not backpedaling. You know, they're not driving slow. They're hitting the gas. They all in. Okay, so we're in that time, man. Lord willing, this is edifying. I want to say, Kal Halayim La, Alahayinawa, Yahawadah Hashem Yahawadah, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. Double honor to our apostles and elders, great millstone. Peace and blessing to the hopeful elect. And don't be afraid when you hear these different things, man. Okay, it has to happen. But our faith and our confidence is in Yahawadah Hashem Yahawadah. All right. So with that, Barakatah Yahawadah Hashem Yahawadah, Bahasham Rakakwadash, Yahawadah Hashem Yahawadah, Bahasham Rakakwadash, Babokashah, 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 Abad, Babal.